You posted something good. I know you did. And then you watched your competitor, the one who started 6 months after you, get all the traction. While your post sat there in silence. Here's what actually's stealing your leads, and it's not what you think. You posted something you were proud of, and the silence was deafening. No likes, no comments, no clicks, no sales. And then you opened up your competitor's page, the one who started 6 months after you, and there they were, getting attention, getting traction, getting results. Meanwhile, while over here wondering if you should switch platforms again, sound familiar? Here's what I've noticed about the traffic struggle that nobody really talks about. It's not usually one problem, it's a pile of frustrations stacked on top of each other that makes the whole thing feel impossible. You're posting content that gets crickets. You're checking analytics and seeing numbers that make your stomach hurt. You're attracting people who browse but never buy. You're spending more time trying to market your work than actually doing the work you love. You're jumping from tactic to tactic every time you see someone else's winning strategy. And underneath all of it is this quiet voice that whispers, maybe it's not the strategy, maybe it's just me. I want to talk to that voice for a second because that voice is a liar. The people who eventually figure out consistent traffic are not the ones who found some magical shortcut. They're the ones who picked a process, stuck with it long enough to learn from it, and refused to quit during the messy middle. Here's the thing most people miss. You don't need to be on every platform. You don't need to post 5 times a day. You don't need to figure out everything all at once. You need one new customer a month. That's it. When you shrink the goal down to something that specific, the pressure drops. The fog clears, and suddenly you can see the next step instead of being paralyzed by the 47 steps you think you're supposed to take simultaneously. One customer a month means you don't need viral content. You need consistent content. That speaks to the right person. One customer a month means you don't need a massive ad budget. You need a clear message. One customer a month means you don't need to be everywhere. You need to be present somewhere. The frustration is real. I'm not going to pretend it isn't, but frustration is not the same as failure. Frustration means you're still in the fight, still showing up, still trying to figure it out. The only people who never feel frustrated are the ones who already quit. So if you're in that messy middle right now, checking your stats, second guessing your approach, wondering if it's worth it, keep going. Not because it gets easy, it doesn't, but because the process works. When you work the process long enough to let it, one customer, 1 month, one step at a time. What's the single biggest frustration you're dealing with right now when it comes to getting consistent traffic? Drop it below. Sometimes just naming the thing takes away its power. If what I just walked through resonates with you, and you want a system built around that one customer a month idea, check out the links in the description below the video.